In today's video, I'm going to be going through my March predictions to see which ones were correct now that we're in April, okay? I'm going to show you two parts in this video. So I'll show you March predictions part 1 and part 2. We're going to go through them now really quick and just show you which ones came true and which ones didn't, okay? And then on another video, I'll do part 3 and part 4 because I did do 4 parts for March. Normally I do 3. And by the way, I've already put out May video and April's last month, so we got a lot to cover. But first, we got to go through these ones before we can continue with the May predictions for next month. So let's go over the first one. This one here, I know I said several banks collapse, and that didn't actually happen, but the stock market did start crashing. I'm just going to throw some stuff on here because I know it was a big thing. The Dow's at 50,000. Well, it's not anymore. So the NASDAQ as well, and was at the S&P 500. They're all have gone down considerably in March 2026, which could have been a profitable thing if you shorted the markets. You could have made a lot of money, and maybe some people did. So I know sometimes these predictions are dark, but they could benefit you if they come true, first of all, and if you position yourself correctly or prepare or whatever. I don't know. I hope that makes sense. Numerous unexplained power outages. So yes, I would say like this is half correct. Sorry, before we continue, that was about half correct. Well, but that didn't happen. Maybe there's still time. Let's see what happens. Numerous unexplained power outages. This did happen over and over March. We saw these. I'll put some information on the screen here, as well as a lot of stuff that happened in Iran. I know it's not unexplained, but there were some unexplained, and there certainly was a lot of power outages. So we're going to call this one a yes. And the next one, and I hope this didn't come true. I hope that, especially with my specific wording, right? One of the largest food recalls of the decade. Did that happen? According to this, it did. So that one was true. So we got like half true. And guys, this is pretty significant. Like, how can I say this? Look how specific the wording is. This, and it was correct, by the way, because largest anti-war protest in history. As you guys know, the protests in America reached historic levels, over 8 million, and they were in thousands of locations. Very, very specific, largest in history. And this was placed way back in February when I had no idea that anything was happening. And yeah, there you go. So not only true, but very true, because it's just the wilder the prediction, the more accurate, you know what I mean? Like the more it's like, anyway, I'm kind of gloating on this one because it's wild. And there are some other wild ones in here that came true as well. This one here, government using a new age weapon on public. There is some stuff that I found, so we could, but obviously they're not going to come straight out and say that they did. Obviously there's things happening in Iran, and that could be considered. So I don't know, guys, give this like a half correct, or, there could even be things that happened that we don't know about. But I'm going to consider this one correct because there was also the stuff with Anthropic and the military. I'll pop some stuff on here where they were saying how they were trying to use AI against the people. Anthropic said no, they went with another company. Either way, they're still going to do it. And yeah, so we'll call that one a yes. Important plane crash shapes aviation. This one, the way I described it in my original video, I would say is wrong, but there still was an accident. So kind of half. I don't even know how we're going to class these. And the last one here, before we get to part 2, same in this video, inflation drives food prices higher. Of course that happened. And while we're on this topic, guys, super important. I'm going to make a standalone video about this. The second shockwave of what's going on with this war, I predict, is going to be the food shock. Okay, so we've had the oil shock. There's going to be a food shock, guys. And I know my finger's blocking it there, but I'm saying grow food. And that is the important message here. Grow as much food as humanly possible. Rip up your gardens, grow food. Grow as much food as humanly possible. All the stuff you eat and all the stuff you can trade, grow it now. Like, it's spring, it is time to plant, grow. Everyone, every single person watching this video, grow food. I'm telling you right now. Okay? You know why. Let's go to part 2 and see which ones were correct, okay? And these ones I'll try to go over a little bit quicker, but moon mission failure back in March. Of course, they've already blasted off now, but that's a whole nother standalone video we need to talk about. I still don't believe it, guys. I really don't believe that they're going where they say they're going or doing what they're saying. All the technology in the world, guys, come on. And they can't give us any live stream. They can't give us any good video. All it's grainy. There's no stars. There's so many anomalies, so many problems, and they couldn't even give us a good, like, high definition cartoon. Even the cartoon was blurry. Like, what? But that's different, because this, back in March, they were going to do it in March. Again, failure, excuses, blah, blah. But they did, yeah. So they did that thing in April, but this was correct. Moving on to the next one. But let's talk about this in another video, guys, and we still are open to see what happens with that, okay? This was wrong. Record shark attacks. There was some, and some even fatalities. Some of them were in the Gulf of Mexico and Australia, but it wasn't record, so that's great. We got one wrong for sure. There's no doubt about it. That one was wrong. Famous food company closes. This one, there was a couple of them. You can decide for yourself if that was correct or not. But there was a couple of them, and I think I'll just pop. I think maybe I already did through editing. Media full of Asian AI success stories. This was true. I even cross-referenced all these with AI as well, so AI agrees with me on what was true and not true. But this, speaking of AIs, yes, everyone's talking about Claudebot, and automated this and automated that. I still don't think it's the time to be using it, guys. There's going to be a free version. The free version is going to be something that you just download onto your computer. You're not paying for tokens to use this. You download it. You have it. You can run it as much as you want on your computer. That's the one, and when it's going to be open source. Not now, but very soon, and we'll talk about that in another video too, so make sure to follow for that, because when the good one comes out and it's open source and it actually works, and there's no token usage or, like, draining you every month and every week just to use it. Now that's like Nintendo 1, like, wait for the PlayStation kind of thing, you know what I mean? Anyway, moving swiftly on. That one was true. Distilled water slowly killing people for profit. There's not much news about this. Still, people aren't talking about it. But if you are using distilled water for a long period of time, it's very bad for you. You need to be mineralizing it or remineralizing it, or just getting, different water. But yet to see much information about that. So we'll call that. I'm calling that yes, because it is happening. They're just, people aren't talking about it yet, because it's not a big thing where many of you guys live, but where I live, it is a big thing, and people need to be talking about it. But another one that was definitely not true was large earthquake leads to evacuation. I'm glad that wasn't true. Fantastic. And like always, you guys can email me at offgridsecrets@gmail.com if you want me to remote view your future, or you want to learn how I remote view. More information in the description, as well as make sure to follow and like the video to help me out, help the algorithm, because the next video will be showing you part 3 and part 4 of these predictions to see which ones were true. Now you know which ones were true and not true. That's quite a bit. I don't know if I mentioned that in this video, but I get them from remote viewing. And if you follow me, you already know that. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Soon, May predictions. So maybe tomorrow or the next day, we got more May predictions. And we still have specific country predictions. I know. So many promises, but so many videos. It takes a while. Give me time.